Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and there's a lot to talk about today. There's been so much price action, and there's other XRP stuff in the news. For this video, I'm pretty much going to be sticking to the topic of price. There's a lot of excitement around this, and I can't blame anyone for feeling that way. I mean, frankly, I'm in that camp myself. That's okay, so let's talk about it. I have an analyst who I cited in my first video of the day yesterday. At XRP Bitcoin, he's predicting that if XRP hits a certain level, that we will see it rally to over $3 next week. Now, I want to be very clear at the outset. I am not a financial advisor. I do not have a financial background. I'm an XRP community member. I'm an enthusiast in this space, and I like to cover content. And when somebody, mind you, I don't know how to do chart analysis whatsoever. That's never going to be my shtick. And as a result, I'm always happy to cover those that are willing to put their neck on the line because, look, either this guy's going to be right and everybody's going to be high-fiving, or he's going to be wrong, in which case, the community the community's nice, generally speaking, but the community will judge accordingly, I would say. So it's out in the space. I'm going to report it, and you can take that for what it's worth. I've also got a couple other pieces I want to share with you involving an opinion from Cointelegraph about alt season. Is it here? Of course, that would include XRP. I've got another piece about XRP price rallying. And I got a Forbes piece that I think is rather ridiculous that I'm going to share towards the end of the video. There's just lots to talk about here. And so buckle up. Here we go. Now, before we get rolling, though, if you would please delicately tap that like button. And if you're a fan of Ripple and XRP, you have come to the right place. Thank you so much for joining me on the channel here. Go ahead and subscribe. So real quick, overall market cap, this is on livecoinwatch.com, market cap for the asset class, $272 billion. You got Bitcoin, 10,195, and XRP at 31.46 cents. Astonishing here. Now take a look at the price action we've seen. I'll be real brief on this one too. You guys all have your blocked folios. I'm sure you've been staring at them all day, right? So here we go. Take a look. So this is just the chart for the day. And again, not a chart analyst, not pretending to be, but I can appreciate these stepping stairs right here. If you're not driving, take a look at the screen right here. So this is a 24-hour price chart for XRP, and you can see it's 24 hours ago. This is about where I first reported on the price surge yesterday. It was a little over 29 cents. And look at this. And so it kind of went up and down a little bit, and then a huge stepping stair all the way up to, what is this, a little over 30 cents, and then more or less flat for a certain number of hours. And then, bam, another burst up here to over 31 cents, and then ultimately over 32 cents, the high in the last 24 hours being 32.29 cents per XRP. And you got to admit, in a span of a little over 24 hours, especially if you look at 48 hours, my gosh, it went from about 25 cents to over 32 cents in terms of percent jumps. That's rather astonishing, and that was in line with a lot of other top 10 coins. Not the only one, but it's interesting as this is all happening. Bitcoin has been having a bit of a hard time. So, well, as I always say, even though it is true that XRP moves in tandem with the price action of XRP, if you zoom out on a chart, you will see that. But of course, it's not going to be perfectly in tandem down to the second, the minute, the hour, the week. It's just it's not going to, and these coins will have these big run-ups and sometimes tremendously parabolic bullish movements and positive. So fascinating to look at nonetheless here. Now, let me share with you this prediction, and I want to say this too for those of you that didn't see my video on this yesterday. So this is a tweet from @XRP Bitcoin. Now, he made a prediction, and this one in particular came true. The timing was pretty much spot on. He's predicting that, hey, we're about to have the breakout in XRP, and I can't remember the exact timing. I knew it yesterday when I reported on it, but it was inside of like 12 hours or so, and then it was like, shh. And so you can take that for what it's worth. Is he a wizard or was he lucky? You guys get to make the call. I'm just reporting on it because I find this type of content genuinely fascinating, and if somebody calls something and they get it right, again, happy to report, and if they're wrong, then the community can judge accordingly. That's my stance on it. And so it was fascinating to me that he was right on that. And so here's what he says. If XRP goes to 45 cents in the next 24 hours, it's likely we will see $3 next week. And this was at 9:40 a.m. in my time. I'm in the United States in the Midwest. It's 2:25 here. So, about six-ish hours ago. So, we got another 18 hours to go. So if it hits 45 cents in the next 18 hours-ish, something like that, as of the time I'm recording this, then he thinks that we're going to see $3 next week. And so I'm going to pull up on the screen the chart which he uses as rationale for this. And I'm not going to describe it. I don't need it for the sake of this video, but I pulled it up just in case any of you want to take a closer look at it. If you want to pause the video, feel free to do so. So do I think this is going to happen? Well, again, I don't make price predictions. I enjoy reporting on this. I think it's fun content. In terms of ultimately, can XRP reach that level? Well, certainly it's smashed past it in 2018, January 2018. And I don't believe for a moment that the all-time high we saw of $3.92 for XRP, I don't believe for a moment that will be the all-time high forever. I absolutely do not. I am Mr. XRP Bull. I just don't want to put a timestamp on it. I just don't know when that's going to happen. And if I made price predictions, that'd be kind of disingenuous because that's just not where my skills lie. So I would like to hear what you think about this, though. And Kevin Cage responded to this, fellow XRP YouTuber Kevin Cage here, and he wrote in response to this tweet from @XRP Bitcoin, I bet if we get everyone in the XRP community to orchestrate hundreds of market orders / buys, we could eat through a lot of the order books and drive up the price dramatically on an exchange of choice. That would be awesome. And he's got the little laughy face. So, that's for me, I'm all about the long game. I believe that it's coming. And I will say this, as far as my opinion. This is pure speculation. And that's one thing that I didn't understand when I entered the space late 2017, all the price movement. Did it really have to do with developments occurring with all? No, there's a frenzy around the asset class in general, and humans are just doing what humans do, and they're just speculating. And so I believe that utility will win the day. I genuinely believe that. I think that the fact that XRP is genuinely useful and actually already has been adopted for the commercial production of Ripple's product XRapid, and you see it being used in the real world with Coil, with web monetization, you're seeing it used in, those are two already major use cases. Given that businesses need XRP in order to conduct the business, of course there should be and will be forever a market value associated with XRP. For as long as businesses are using it, that's all you need to have a legitimate ecosystem here. Even if there's just one use case for a cryptocurrency, for any cryptocurrency ever, that is enough to legitimize the entire asset class. Now, there's more than one use case, but I'm just saying even if there were only one, it doesn't matter. That totally legitimizes the asset class. And in terms of long-term viability of XRP, well, that's why I'm happy to put my money into it on a regular basis. And even at roughly 32 cents as I record this, to me, that sounds cheap. I think it's undervalued, and I think it's undervalued because most humans, not only do they not know that the asset class exists, they don't know that XRP inside of that asset class exists, and so we're early to the party, and I feel so fortunate that I stumbled into this just by happenstance reading an article. There was a negative article, actually, in November of 2017 about Ethereum, some sort of hack, I think, if memory serves. And that's what got me into the space, and then I started researching every coin by market cap, and bam, came across XRP, and I was like, this is the only one that's actually used for anything, or about to be used for anything, because at that point, XRapid was just in beta, it hadn't even been launched, but I saw it, and I was like, gosh, it's like, damn, you can actually use this stuff. Now, check out this. This is a fun tweet from Kevin Cage, and he tagged me in, so I wanted to cover here. He wrote, C thread, XRP and its investors have been called idiots, scammers, moonboys, centralized S-word coins, etc. I ignore the naysayers and look at the fundamentals. XRP is the only existing solution to the global liquidity crisis to source on-demand liquidity for financial institutions, PSPs, and banks. And then he's got a screen grab here of, I guess that's probably about the high today, 32.3 cents. It's pretty much right there, which is just beautiful to see after what we've been looking at price-wise the last month or so. Anyway, and then he wrote, this will attack at least 10 trillion of the pre-funded Nostro Vostro accounts globally and already scaling production with MoneyGram, second largest money transfer service in the world. ILP plus XRPL, POC, plus XRP plus Codius equals complete dominance of the global transfer market, not to mention the trillions in trade finance, and he writes R3 in parentheses, who has a vested interest in the success of the XRP ecosystem, along with the following use cases and initiatives. then he's got a screen here. I'll just pull this up. This is awesome here. B2B payments, bridge currency, store of value. That's what I'm using it for. Medium of exchange, sourcing global liquidity, smart contracts, micropayments, instant cross-border settlements, and security/FX settlements. That's a cool screen picture. That's from at Status. That's XRP Crow on Twitter. He puts together awesome infographics. Then he writes, Kevin Cage writes, I don't want to take, this is a quote, it's I'm presumably of like just let me read it, you'll get it. I don't want to take the time to do my own research and come to the same understanding of XRP's inevitable success. I'd rather ask you about an investment when it's 20% up rather than invest when it's down. Too risky. And then he's got this little GIF here, and it says, that's why no one will remember your name. And it's got, I can't remember what the movie is. I think that's Brad Pitt in some sort of olden times movie, and he goes to war or some crap like that. I can't freaking remember. But indeed, if you take a look at this, in the last 7 days, XRP is up, as I record this, 23.73%. And now the frenzy resumes, right? That's what we got going on here. Take a look at this piece. This is titled, Ripple Price XRP Rallies Significantly to Start Massive Uptrend. And I'll just read some of the bullet points here. Ripple price surged more than 15% after it broke the key 26.5 cents resistance against the US dollar. The price is trading well above the 30-cent level, and it could continue to rise. There was a break above a bullish continuation pattern with resistance near 29.3 cents on the hourly chart of the XRP/USD pair, data from Kraken. And the price is showing a lot of bullish signs with many supports near 30 cents and 29.5 cent levels. And so, look, I don't know exactly where this is going to go, but I've been saying for a while, if you look historically over the last 5 years, there's been a pattern. You know what that pattern is? It's that there's these periods. There's been at least 5 in the last 5 years, or 4 or 5 in the last 5 years anyway. Can't remember which, but where a Bitcoin hits very high dominance levels, and then when this happens, inevitably, Bitcoin starts to kind of teeter where it's at, and then the dominance level goes down because we have an altcoin season where the value of altcoins rise tremendously, and you can track this on a chart. That's just fact. I'm not a chart guy, but I know that. I know that to be factually accurate. So that doesn't mean that that's going to happen again in the future, but my whole stance on this has been that people have not figured out which coins are going to be here for the long haul. Now, I feel like I found one in XRP. Out of the thousands that exist, that's the only one where I'm like, yep, makes sense to me, it would be here forever, because utility matters. That's my whole investment thesis. Utility matters, right? And so, given that that's the case, it just wouldn't make sense to me, given that humans haven't figured this out yet, and that the altcoins, because the whole theory of 2018 is supposed to wash out all the thousands of coins that are crap coins and all this and that. Well, that hasn't entirely happened. Sure, I guess it's fair to say that many of them did get washed out, and many of them were scams. But by and large, the ones that aren't scams, they're still being traded. Look at how many coins are being traded on whatever exchange you use. It's probably a ton. On Binance, Coinbase is still adding stuff. Coinbase Pro, I'm sure, has more. But there's all sorts of exchanges out there that are just trading bazillions of coins. Bittrex is another that just came to mind, right? And so these coins have not gone away. Many of them should, because they're not literally, they won't be adopted. But I'm just saying humans haven't figured this out, and so there's a frenzy around this technology. Because there is this frenzy around this technology, it makes sense to me that humans will continue to speculate wildly, and that's why I anticipate there will be parabolic run-ups. It's not because I'm some sort of chart analyst, which I keep saying again and again. I am not. I'm taking a look at history and understanding how humans behave when there's a frenzy around new technology, which you saw most recently outside of crypto in the dot-com boom and bust of the late 90s and early 2000s. This is how humans behave. I recognize that, and I'm acting accordingly. And so, given all these factors and the fact that I believe, it's not financial advice, but I believe that I found something that's special in XRP, I'm happy to keep investing in it. And I believe, as a result, that there will be an altcoin rally. Maybe it won't be to the same degree as what happened in 2017, because some of those coins did get flushed out, maybe. But there are a lot that will be involved. And so that's why when you're seeing activity like today, which many analysts out there, and I've covered this on my channel recently, many analysts have said, expect, some of them didn't want to put a timestamp on it, but it's coming. Some did say September, expect there to be some serious action with XRP. That seems to be the case now. And so I reported on the individuals that said that. I can't remember off the top of my head which one said that. I report on all sorts of different things, so sorry, it's escaping me now. But the point is, we knew that was a possibility. Now, for me, the timestamp didn't matter. To me, I was just confident. As more like it's not that I'm stating it firmly, but my guess, and I was pretty open about this, is if I had to guess one way or another, there will be an alt season, and this is probably the beginning of it right here. Maybe not. I don't know. Because I don't make price predictions. But even if this weren't something that we're going to be sustained for the short for any meaningful amount of time, I still think there will be rallies. Because can you imagine a world where XRP's all-time high of $3.92, that was it, and we never reached? Can you really imagine that? Given all the utility, no. Humans are going to recognize this. It's just more people need to get informed about this space, and then eventually XRP will completely decouple. And based on all knowledge available today, I happen to firmly believe, and I reserve the right to change my opinion. There are new occurrences, but based on everything today, all the available knowledge, I suspect that XRP will one day be number one in market cap. That's my opinion here. And so in this piece here, it was kind of questioning alt season here. This is from Cointelegraph. Alt season, question mark. Bitcoin price flat as XRP, ETH, XLM near 20% daily returns. Okay. Let me go down. I want to cover this whole thing. There are a couple spots right here. This one I found kind of fascinating. There's a little subheading here. Traders show little faith in altcoin prospects. Okay. Maddie Greenspan, senior market analyst at trading platform eToro, meanwhile quizzed the cryptocurrency Twitter community over the outlook for alt markets. Out of roughly 700 respondents, opinions were split as to whether the future meant further gains. And then, so the question was, is this a new alt season? 34% said yes, 36% said no, 30% said, I don't know. I'm not one of those people that would have put down no. I'd say it might be, but even if this, again, like I just said, even if this isn't the one, it's still coming. But I just, when you see polls like this, just understand that a lot of this is going to be based upon who is following him and then who his followers follow. So just kind of take that with a grain of salt. Then they acknowledge down here, daily altcoin returns hit 20%. There was cause for celebration across altcoins tokens on Wednesday. Far from modest gains, some coins in the top 20 by market cap appreciated by as much as 20%. Leading the charge was XLM, which hit 7 cents for the first time since late August. Other best performers were XRP, and then Tron and Tezos. Then ETH, the largest altcoin by market cap, gained 8% on the day, taking it to $214 and its best rate since early last month. So even at these rates, I still think everything's on sale. That's how I feel about it. I want to share this meme. I came across this from Meme XRP, who didn't tag me and doesn't follow me. But I thought this was cool. It's a picture of David Schwartz on a rocket, and I might even just make this a thumbnail because this is the coolest thing. That I like this picture. It kind of made me laugh, and I was like, yeah, XRP is doing well, so why not? All right, and next, this is the last piece that I wanted to cover here. I probably don't want to spend too much time on it, but it's from Forbes, and I've covered this guy before. He's kind of negative about XRP. So the piece is Bitcoin flatlines as Ripple's XRP, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash surge. And I don't even know where I would want to jump in on this damn thing. Oh my god, a pop-up coil. I want you to take over the world so I don't have to have pop-ups ever again. All right, major coins, the rise. Oh yeah, here we go. Audible sigh. It's like I'm in the video on a loadout. I like to call it crap when I see it, and I always do this in every single article. You get this a lot with like Tron Weekly. They'll call XRP Ripple's XRP. Don't say Ripple's XRP unless you're referencing that XRP which Ripple owns. Then it's okay. That would be perfectly reasonable. That's not what they're doing. So anyway, what this guy writes is the rise in Ripple's XRP, which led the market higher today, is likely a response to reports looming fork of the token caused by a civil war that's been brewing among the XRP community will come to naught. There will be growing disquiet in the XRP community recently due to Ripple selling XRP to its clients to fund various investments. I want to state right now that although there are some in the XRP community that have detested this, it's been a very small subset of the XRP community. Most at large really appreciate what Ripple's doing and don't really believe that XRP is dumping. Now, if you disagree with me and you believe that Ripple's dumping XRP in some meaningful way, nothing against you. I respectfully disagree, but that's okay. We can have different opinions here. Anyway, piece continues. Ripple revealed in July a quarter-to-quarter increase of XRP sales of around 48%. Ripple is estimated to own about 60 billion of 100 billion XRP tokens in existence. I'm thinking about forking XRP so we don't have to deal with founders dumping, Twitter user and XRP investor Crypto Bitlord wrote in August. This will be a community effort. A Change.org petition calling on Ripple to stop dumping XRP has recorded over 3,600 signatures since it was created last month. Look, why is this being discussed? Look at the headline. Bitcoin flatline says Ripple's XRP, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash Search. Why are we jumping into this nonsense here? Well, to me, it's just, I don't know. I like to call it crap when I see it. If it's crap, it's crap, and this is. So there you go. Ended on a low note. Let's end on a positive note. It's the price activity. It's fun to watch. That's part of the fun of watching this stuff is if you have skin in the game, if you actually invested it. I thoroughly enjoy it. I like to watch on a daily basis. That's why I have fun as a hobby putting out these videos on YouTube, and I really appreciate all the support also. But look, this will be nothing. I suspect this is just my everyday Joe type of opinion here, having thoroughly researched it for almost 2 full years now, and on a daily basis, like to an extreme that most would find kind of disgusting. I don't know. I'm just saying. I look into it a lot, but I just think if you could fast forward 5 or 10 years. Oh man, just the prices we're seeing now and all the silly things that people are bickering about and all the maximalism, we've seen it was all for naught. It doesn't matter. Utility will have won the day, and I believe that those coins that win, that get truly adopted, I believe XRP is one of them, but that's not financial advice because I'm not a financial advisor. I believe that coins like XRP can ultimately, I'm not putting a timestamp on it because I don't make price predictions, but I believe XRP, if globally adopted, truly globally adopted, will and should have a market cap in the trillions. And why wouldn't it? So that's it for this video. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!